So this is an Alex Hormozi video right over here. And in today's video, you're going to be learning how to create this video. You want to have the project file and Premiere Pro open, so you can find the project file down in the description below, and you can just like open Premiere Pro. I really suggest opening Premiere Pro and just following along so that we can create this video together, because you know how it is with being a video editor, especially when you're a video editor trying to go to CEO. There's a bunch of highs and lows in everything that you do and everything that you pursue. So without any further ado, let's learn something new. I've already imported the Hormozi video over here. Let me just double click so you can see it's over there. Now we're going to make this into a short. This is not going to be like a long form video. It's going to be like a short, a reel, whatever you want to call it, in TikTok. So what we're going to do is that we're going to get a sequence. Now, what is a sequence? Sequence is basically like the proportions. It's going to give us the correct proportions for the type of video that we want to make. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to right click here in the box. I'm going to go to new item. I'm going to go to sequence. Okay, so like I already have my custom sequence, but you should be able to find it under social, and it's going to be social media portrait 9:16. This is basically the same as this. There's just a lot of other different things that I customize mine to. So yeah, I'm gonna double click on this, and then boom, you're gonna have a sequence. Let me just turn this off. Now, if you like running Premiere Pro on like a PC with like low specs, you're going to want to put this to half or 1,4. Like I usually use it at 1,4 so it can run faster. But yeah, anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this video, the Alex Hormozi video that we downloaded. It's basically the most recent video, and I'm gonna drag it in. Okay. Uh, when this menu shows up, when it says this clip does not match the sequence settings, change sequence to match clip setting, blah 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 blah. Do not change its sequence settings. Just keep existing settings. Now, before we do anything, before we cut the clip, before we do any of that, the very first thing I like to do is just sort the captions out. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to create a preset for the captions. So go to the text tool over here. It should be somewhere here. I'm currently in the vertical panel. So the text tool is over here, or you could just click in your timeline and then click T on your keyboard and you'll get the text tool. And then you're gonna tap on your preview screen over here where it says program. Like wherever it says program, that's your preview screen. You're gonna click on that, and then you're gonna type whatever. I'm just gonna type in text on your preview screen. Then from there, you're gonna go to your essential graphics panel. Yeah, I'm in the vertical workspace, my bad. I'm in the vertical workspace. Most people are in the learning or editing workspace. I just prefer using the vertical workspace because it gives me freedom to just see everything. So yeah, once you've entered the essential graphics panel, first thing you want to do is change it to Alex Hormozi's font, which is going to be Montserrat. You can choose any Montserrat. I'll probably have the fonts in the description as well. And you're gonna go to extra bold because that's his style, right? And then you're gonna change this over here to center align, and you're gonna set the size to about, let's go 90. Hope that works. And you're gonna scroll up and you're going to align it in the center just like that. Now what we're going to do to make sure it's going to fit and it's going to work well in the future is that we're just going to scale this video up so that there's no black and it's like it literally just covers the whole video. We want the text to be under Hormozi's chin, so that's essentially what we're going for over here, and it tends to be the case. So it's right in the middle, right under his chin, which is perfect, better than normal. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this on our text in our timeline, of course. Click over here, which is where the text is in your essential graphics panel. And then we're going to add the Hormozi effects, essentially, like the classical Hormozi captions. Like if you know the classical, you know. You're going to click on stroke and then you're going to change it to the most blackest of black. And then you're going to scale it up to about, yeah, I think 15 looks right. Yeah, to 15. Click on text again. And then you're going to go down to the shadow. Let's zoom in here in the panel so we can see how the shadow is. You're going to want to make the shadow also closer to the black of the black. And then you also want to increase the opacity to about, let's go 80. 80, bruv. Then this over here is the distance. Let's put that to about 8.5. I'll just type in 8.5, bruv. Then the spread, you want to increase that, let's see, to about 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I think 15 would be fine for the spread. Then the softness, you want that to be closer to 100. Yeah, let's put that at 100. And then let's increase the opacity. Put on 90. We want this to be like super dark. Let's increase the spread. There we go. So we have like the depth essentially. Also want to make the stroke smaller because I think that's what's disturbing it. Like not giving the effect that we want, the classical Hormozi effect. Let's put the stroke on 10. And we're going to set it to center. Yeah, that's the way. So we can put the stroke back to 15. So what we did is that we set the stroke to 15 and we aligned it to the center over here. Then what we're going to do, now that we have the text, it looks decent. I still think we can do more with the shadow. So we're going to take this over here and move it closer. Just make it like the blackest of black. And then we're going to increase the spread, which is this option over here. Spread or the size, whatever you want to call it. Just increase it, make it 40. And yeah, now we have the classical Hormozi text. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to turn this into a preset. So you're going to scroll up. I want to show you everything at the top. I already know where I'm going to go. But you see like where it says browse, edit, and all that. I'm going to scroll down under align and transform where it says link style. You see this plus icon over here. Click on that. Then you're going to click on create style. And then you're going to call this Alex Hormozi style white. And then you're going to click on OK. So now we have that. It's actually going to be saved into our project over here. And we're going to save that for later on in the video. So that's essentially how we created the captions. You can now delete this in the timeline. And then let's just get down to chopping the footage. Alrighty, now I've already clipped it up. Let me just show you it quickly. I'm gonna play it on like 2x speed. Let me just move this to full so you guys can see it.
I was a moron and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 returns. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
There we go. So that's how the video looks. And now we're just gonna start off by adding pictures and things like that. So as you can see over here in the file, I have the raw footage and the B-roll. I'm gonna go to the B-roll and we're gonna make a bin for images. So when we're putting the B-roll, which is basically the images, the emojis, and the videos, unlike most editors, we're not just gonna slap random videos and random images which don't really relate to the video. We just say, okay, he said he's like let's just take the first sentence here.
I was a moron.
Like we're not gonna take some photo of Mr. Bean and put it on you because oh he's a moron and things like that. It has to relate towards the video and it has to essentially tell a story essentially. So each image and each video and each emoji and each video we're gonna put using as the B-roll has to tell a story with the video, which means that each image and each video and each emoji has to relate to one another. So we're not just going to take a random images and random videos and then just put them together. So let's just go through this and we're going to be tapping into what we call the show and not tell mentality so that we can actually think about what our storyline is going to be, what we're going to be putting inside of this. We're going to be playing around with the markers in Premiere Pro for this. So for the first image of here, because he's a moron, we can just put him. We can let's make a marker here, and then we're gonna call this Alex confused photo. So we'll just have a photo there of Alex being confused with the hook text, of course.
And decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar.
Yep, over here we're definitely gonna do that. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, we're putting a dollar over here, like we're gonna have like a dollar bill. Dollar bill.
You spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like 40 back. Basically, the only real.
And then over here, we're gonna put more dollars. More dollars.
$5 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to. The only real cost is just whatever.
And then over here for the when it says whatever software you use, we're gonna have photos of emailing softwares. Let me just Control Z. By the way, how I'm putting the markers in the timeline is that I'm just clicking on M, and I'm just like pausing it and then clicking on M, and then I get this over here, and then I double click on this, and then yeah, I just type in. So then I'm gonna type in email marketing softwares.
Software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write.
And then whoever has to pay. So some really famous copywriters are like Cardinal Mason. So we have photos of Cardinal Mason. I think that's his name. Cold Email Wizard. Who else? Who else is a copywriter? Oh, I mean like Dan Coe, but he doesn't do it professionally. So we just put like photos of Cardinal Mason and the Cold Email Wizard. If you don't know who he is, check him out.
Write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore. I was a moron and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average.
We'll have an email icon here. Email icon.
I think you
Close
should do
enough
email.
to
The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. Dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever server or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. Like that's probably enough. Let's just go get these images and then let's just put them into the B-roll folder. We're not going to be using any video, so we can remove that folder. Let's just get these images and these emojis, aka icons, and let's put them in here. All right, and how I found the video of Alex Hormozi being confused and how we're gonna do that and just get them is that I just searched the image I want on Google, and it gave me it's over here. This seems to be confused enough. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and then I'm going to go to a website called Remove BG. Let that load, and then I'm going to hit Control V. And just like that, the image has gotten the background removed. So I'm going to download that and save that. And then I might do the same for the rest of the images. All right, now that that's done, now we've gotten all the images, it's time to put them in. So the first one is the Alex confused photo. Let's go look for that. No. So here's the Alex photo. This is the best photo I could find of him on the internet where he looked confused. So I put that into the timeline. and then we're going to go to click here on the FX, drag him down, make him a bit bigger, and put him over here. Yeah, right, perfect.
I was a
We put
moron
him in.
and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email.
Okay, let's find the email icon. Take that, put that there. Let's move these a bit up because like we're going to do some things later on in this video that I'm going to need that space for. Put the email icon
Here's why I think you should
over there. Let's bring it down. Make that a bit bigger.
do email. The average ROI for email, depending on the
Oh, move that to there.
ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar,
bring that down, scale that up, down there. Okay.
you spend on software, putting time into your email,
And then I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm holding Alt right now and dragging it. I'm releasing the click, and then I've duplicated it just like that.
you can get like $45 back.
I'm going to move that there. We're going to duplicate more, make more dollars, at least like $4 more, just to show that, okay, he's getting like 4 extra amounts of dollars that they're already investing. I don't want to put like $10, $10, $10, $10 because like no one's gonna do math in the time frame of, let's have a look. No one's gonna be calculating, and no one will be able to calculate and register the information in the time frame of. Let's have a look. What's the time frame? In the time frame of 3 seconds. No one's gonna be able to do that and see. Okay, this is $3 $4 bills. Okay, 3 times 4. This is $4 bills. 4 times 10. This is 4 $10 bills. 4 times 10 is going to equal to $40. Oh, I'm gonna get 40. By the time they've done those calculations, they've really lost track of the video and show from viewers, like brain dead people. So it's like you have to make it as simple and for them as
Time
possible.
into your
So now that we have the 4 different dollar bills, to just spread them out, just like that. I'm gonna put that there. Bring that down, 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 down. That's lower. And then the next one, the very last one, let's push that over there. Wait, where's that? Waste, man. It's the bottom one. Take the bottom one. Should have just done that, honestly. Okay, then we move the top one down. Yeah, just like that. So it's gonna look cool later on.
You can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software.
For the softwares, I'm gonna put all the different email softwares. There's MailChimp here. Then there's ConvertKit over here. And then there's ActiveCampaign over here. By the way, if you don't know these softwares, it's cool. You don't need to know them for video editing. It's just like Super Nerd, Turbo Nerd, business stuff that video editor should know. I don't know why I know it, but I just know it. Yeah. So then let me just bring these down over here. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. Straight down over there. And the same for this one. I'm going to bring this down here and then put it to the side over there. So I'm going to take that, put that in 50, move that to the side, and then this over here, set that to, actually no, I'm going to just copy the scale position, Control C, hit Control C and click on the scale position. Then I'm gonna hit Control V on both of those. That should bring it down. Okay, it didn't. Wow. All right, then bring it down to 50. Bring this down to 50 as well. Let's go. Now, because like the difference, like proportion in terms of screenshots, I can bump this up to about 60. So 60. Insane guess, and it's already there. Same here, I'm gonna try bump this up to about 65 and see what happens. Okay, 65 is a bit small. Let's go 70. Perfect. Then drag that down. And then those are all the softwares that he is talking about, or all the email softwares that I'm aware
software
of.
you use, and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the and whoever.
And then okay, let's move that there. Make that a bit shorter. And then let's add two goats. Cardinal Mason and the cold email wizard. Where are they? Because those are the people that you have to pay. Cold email wizard. Let's put him down here. And then let's put Cardinal Mason. Yo, this is acting buggy, bro. Let's bring him in here.
Whomever you may have to.
Okay, let's scale him up a bit. Bring him down here. And then put him to the side. Scale him up. And wow. I think we have to put him a bit lower so that we can have space for the captions. Same with the cold email wizard, unfortunately. But yeah, then just close that.
In order to write the emails.
Okay, and then
That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
all right, perfect. Now let's animate it and stylize it. So the very first thing we're going to be doing is stylizing it. So for stylizing it, we're going to add drop shadows. So we're going to go to the effects and search drop shadow, and we're going to start it over here. We're going to just use the same drop shadow all around. What we want to do is that we're going to try increase it and put it to about 70. Make the distance a bit more. It's like 20. No, 20 seems fine. Increase the softness, and then we increase the opacity again. So it's just like really super dark. Yeah, there we go. That seems about fine. Now what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna control this, Control C, and then we're gonna select all of the rest of the other things, and then we're gonna hit Control V, and then the drop shadow is going to be applied to all of them. Like over here, drop shadow is applied. You can lightly see it over here. You can see it in this dollar bill, and you can obviously see it in these other dollar bills. But basically, let me just show you the difference between. Let me just see which one is this one. Okay, this is the top one. Perfect. So let me show you with a drop shadow and without a drop shadow. This is with the drop shadow. Just like watch this over here, and then this is without it. That's the difference between with the drop shadow and without it. It really just helps to add depth to the video and to just add depth to the icon as a whole and just like make it look more 3D and more realistic. So that's that's pretty much about it. Drop shadows there, and same for these over here. Yeah, you can just double check it with the rest. Now it's time to start animating it, which is fun. Let me get a transform effect. Going to effects, got the transform effect, putting it on for Alex Hormozi. First thing I'm doing is turning off the composition shutter angle, bumping up the shutter angle to 360, and then I'm going to select position.
I was a moron.
Okay, and then I'm gonna leave that there. Going back to the main keyframe over here, putting him out of frame. So he's out of frame over here.
I
Then,
was a moron.
okay, let's just select both of these, move them there, move that there. Let's just have a look.
I was a moron.
Okay, now let's just play around with the easing. It's temporal interpolation. Go to Bezier, zoom in, select the position, and then you see these hooks over here. I'm gonna drag this one down here, and then drag this one down here to make it like really smooth. So
Was a
this is what it looks
moron.
like
And
now. It's a much more smoother, but then I want it to be faster coming in. So I'm gonna do that.
was a moron. And
Okay. And now move it to, I want him to like be still. It says moron.
I was a moron.
Okay, that's too early.
I was a moron.
Okay, perfect. Let's just try and make this a bit faster over here.
I was a moron. Moron. And
Okay, perfect.
decided to not
So then I'm gonna apply that to the cold email wizard and Cardinal Mason.
email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email.
Okay, we're gonna skip that to do the captions. We're definitely gonna apply that to the money. So let's hit Control C. Not Control C, Control Z, Control V. Paste that in. Yep, it's in. Get these keyframes.
So that means that for every dollar,
Perfect. Put that there. And I'm gonna take this out of frame.
every dollar you spend,
I want that to show up like right over here.
so that
once
means
it
that for
goes
every
click.
dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email,
Okay, perfect. And then for these, I'm going to have them like animate from like up and down. So where's the top one? Okay, perfect. That's the top one. Control Z. Let's get a transform effect. Let's put it here. Then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click on position. Then I'm going to have this.
to your
Okay, that's over there. And then I'm gonna go to the first one, and I'm gonna make that first dollar bill just go underneath over there. Then
time into
let's have
your
a look. Okay, no, that's too slow. Have it a bit faster.
time into your
Perfect. Okay, then I'm gonna make this faster. Bring this down here, and then bring this down over here. Scale that up, and this is
time
what it looks
into
like.
your email.
Yeah, that's perfect. That is fine. Now I'm just gonna take this, and I'm gonna copy this to the rest of the one. Oh my word. I'm gonna take this transform effect, and I'm just gonna copy it to the rest of them. Now that I'm here, it's like, let's go.
Time into your email.
Okay, this is the third one. I'm assuming this is the third one. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna put that over there. Just a bit more. Perfect. And then the next one, let's put that at the top. And
Time
let's have a
into
look.
your email.
There we go. Perfect. So now it looks like
Software or
this.
putting time into your email.
There we go. So now it's just time to, let's just nest all of these. Nest. Let's call it dollar animation. Down animation. Now let's just have a look where this one is so that the others can meet them there. Let's pull out our rulers. I'm going to leave that as that. And the guides, I'm going to do this. That's going to be fine. Put that there. And let's go here. Yeah, thought so. Let's bump this a bit up. And just like that, we have got it.
Time into
Shouldn't
your
have. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let me just move these. I don't want to see them anymore.
email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever.
Then we're going to get these to slide from the bottom. Transform effects, put it on 1. Okay, so that's going to be position. Then that over there, and then we're gonna go here, back to the middle, back to the beginning. Then we're gonna bring this down all the way to the bottom. That's active campaign. Then we're gonna select both, right click, temporal interpolation, Bezier. I'm gonna zoom in. We're gonna click this arrow next to the watch that we just clicked. And then we're gonna bring that down like that and that down like that. Then we're gonna bring this across so we can come in fast, and this one closer over here
Cost
so we
is
can
just
come in super fast as well. Shutter angle, let's turn that down for composition, and then we're gonna increase shutter
cost
angle
is just
just like that. Boom. That's a bit too fast. Let's extend it.
cost is just
Let's make that slower over there.
is just what
That's too fast once again.
cost is just what
Okay, no, let's make it more flat.
cost is just whatever
There we go. I think that should be right.
cost is just
Perfect. So I'm gonna take this transform and then I'm gonna copy it to the rest. Control V, and this is just what it looks like.
real cost is just whatever software you use.
Okay, now I'm gonna just change it so they all come up at different times, so it looks a lot cooler. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 frames forward. I'm gonna align that there, then do my next 4 frames over here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. My next 4 frames can go over there, and then it looks so much cooler.
Cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have.
Okay, these are gonna get. Let me just make these smaller. Bring the G's closer this way, and then we're gonna take the very first animation we used for Call Email Wizard, this one over here. I'm gonna copy transform effect from the very first animation of Alex Hormozi. I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna apply it to the Cold Email Wizard. There's the guy at the bottom over here. Control V.
Or whomever you may have to pay.
He comes in like that, and then Cardinal Mason, I'm gonna copy it, but he's gonna come in from the other side. Paste it there, and then play around with the keyframes. Since this is where he's going to end up, let's just take this keyframe, move it back, take that keyframe, move it forward. This can go over there, and then from here you can go out like that. And then I can drag this down like that, drag that down like that over there. Boom.
Or whomever you may have to.
Oops, my bad. Just swap the keyframes.
Or whomever you may have to pay.
Okay, just make sure they come in at the right time. So I'm just gonna align the keyframes. And just align these keyframes over here. Just extend this over here because this is giving me problems, bruv. Okay, that's the first keyframe. Is that aligned with Cardinal Mason? No, it is not. No, it is not. Then the next keyframe over here, let's go to the end, like the Mercedes Benz. And we're going to take that and align it over here. Now let's have
Or whomever you may have to
animation.
pay.
Okay, let's just make this a bit longer. And then I don't like how... yeah, just make that a bit short over there. There we go.
Or whomever you may have to pay. pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount.
Okay, now let's animate this out. Now, because like the cold email wizard comes in this way and then Cardinal Mason comes in that way, I think if we take that same thing and we move them opposite, like if we take opposites of the transform, you know what, I'll just do it. So because this is Cardinal Mason's one, let's try apply this to the cold email wizard. It's Control C. By the way, this is the cold email wizard, it's Cardinal Mason over here. So let's just take that and paste it here. I'm gonna take this and move that there. Hmm. Okay, so then we're gonna take that one from Cardinal Mason, and then we're just gonna paste it, and then we're gonna move it as well. Just gonna move it like this. Put that over there. Okay, just change keyframes.
In order to write the email.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna do the same for cold email wizard. I'm gonna paste his take his original like transform movement, and then I'm gonna paste it here. Then from that, I'm going to select both, move the end one over there, and then take the beginning one and just put it towards the end. I think that's how it's
Write
done.
the email.
Yeah, so it moves out that way. But I also want to match it up to like Cardinal Mason's like one. So I'm going to take the end keyframe, put it there, take this, put it there, and then the beginning one is going to go from here to there. It's fine. I was just panicking.
Write the emails.
And there we go.
Or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That you use, and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it.
Okay, let's just make this go towards the end because I think it would be a lot better to just put it to the end. Just line this here so I know this is what the keyframes are. Wow. There we go.
Or whomever you may write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore. I was
All right, so now that we've done that, let's just have a look at this. I think we haven't animated Alex Hormozi out. Yeah, we haven't. So we're going to take, so because he goes in this way, we're going to take the cold email wizard's exit, transformation, or transform key. We're going to copy this, Control C. We're going to paste it to Alex Hormozi. And then, yeah, let's just
I was a
is.
moron and decided to not email for the vast majority.
No, never mind. Let's just move that closer towards the end. Otherwise, you're going to see this. Yeah. Just move that
Majority of my life. Here's
Actually, no, I want to leave that like that. So we don't see that whole thing over there.
majority of my life. Here's
Leave
why
that like
for
that.
email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use.
Okay, and then I'm going to get these to move down. So I'm going to get a down transform. Control C. Control V. Take that. Move this over there. Bring that down over there. Bring that down over there. Then make it a bit whooshy, you know what I'm saying?
Use and whoever.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna copy this. Control C. I'm gonna paste it to the rest of them. Control V.
only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people.
All right, perfect. Now it's time to add the captions. So I hope transcribed. Okay, yeah, I did transcribe. So what you're going to do is that you're going to go to the text panel and you're going to click on captions. Let me just make sure you can hear me on my mic. You're going to click on captions. You're going to click on create captions from transcripts. And then you're going to go to captioning preferences, formats, maximum, minimum length, size, length, blah, 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 whatever. The format, the subtitle, the style. We're going to go with the Alex Hormozi style white because we saved it. It should show up here on style. If you've been following along in the video, it should show up in style. Maximum length in characters. Let's go for about, let's go for 18. And then minimum duration in seconds. Let's go for 2.4. And we're going to keep it at single lines. Even though they double, I know, but I like to just keep it at single lines so that it's like really dumbed down for the short form content viewers to be able to watch and really simple for them to watch. I like to keep things at a fourth grade standard in terms of consumption and how it is and complexity of it. So then we're going to click on create captions and it's going to start to create captions automatically. So let's have a look at it now
I was
at
a
very fast
moron
speed.
and you should do. The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you in your business that a lot of people ignore. I was a moron and decided to not email for the vast majority you should do. The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore. I was a moron and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average
All right, so what I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to be fixing the text and the captions so that it aligns with like the photos, and the photos aren't overlapping the text, and the text isn't overlapping the photos on important
I
parts.
was a moron.
I'm going to push this text a bit up. Let me just see what happens if I push it up. Actually, no, I'm not going to push the text up. I'm just going to put everything else down. So this email icon can go down here. And then this dollar icon, we can push this down over here. Same with this one over here. Push this down. There. No, what did it do now? Crazy man thing. Okay, that's a bit too high. Let's put it down a bit lower. Yeah, that's fine.
Software or
That's
putting
good
time
enough.
into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one.
All right, there we go. Now let's just fix these captions. So number one, we don't want full stops and we don't want commas. So we're going to click on search over here. We're going to click full stop. We're going to click on replace. And then we're going to click on replace all. Don't put anything here. Just click on replace all. And then for the commas, we're going to click comma here. Click on replace. Obviously, and then replace all. So that there's no commas in that. And then
I
just
was
have
a
a look at the
moron
captions.
and
We're going to be checking for like grammar
decided
and
to
seeing
not
if it
email
spells
for the
correctly.
vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average ROI email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay. Software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to
I'm gonna have to make this smaller. So let's go to Essential Graphics panel, and let's just make this smaller. Put it at about
to 10
80.
million people, and
That's 10 million is supposed to be together. So I'll just make this 10M. I'll delete this, and then I'll change this to 10, then capital letter M.
million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage.
Make that smaller.
In people,
Okay,
and that is a
let's increase
tremendous.
that. Make this wider. I'm sure it should be able to fit. If I make it a bit wider. Okay, no. So then we'll have to make that smaller. We're gonna bump that down to 80.
Amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
Perfect. Now that we have the captions down, it's time to change the colors of them. So we're just going to be highlighting the power words and the words that really need emphasis. Change the color over there to full color. It's going to be changed to red. Let's go to reddest of reds. Oh no. Let's Control Z. There we
and
go.
decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average
Okay, we're going to change this into a hook.
in my life. Here's why I think you should do email.
I'm going to change this to here's why you should do email. Okay, put that up there, bring this down here, click on this, and then I'm going to drag this down. Should email. Okay, and then we're going to change change the line over there, make that to the center, and then we can align to the middle over here. And then I'm going to change should email. I'm going to just change email to red. Okay, and then I'm going to
Here's why I think you should do email.
Okay, now let's just take this transform effect, the one that goes in from the left to the middle. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it on both. Okay, on the top one. Here's why statements. And then we're going to take the one which is coming in from the right, which is the one of Cardinal Mason. And we're going to paste that on the other one. So this is the in transition, that's the out transition. This is the one that's coming in from the right. I'm going to Control C this, and I'm going to put that on the should email segments.
My life. Here's why I think you should do email.
Okay, let me just edit these transforms so that this comes in the middle. So over here, put that there. Same for this one, which is the here's why statements. Put that over there, and then I'm going to take the last keyframe.
Here's why I think you should do
email. Match the first two. Here's why you should email, and then there's the email over there. Okay, I'm gonna nest both of these. Nest. Okay, I'm gonna call it here's why you should email. And then I'm going to drop this down a bit lower, and then I'm gonna have the email over here, and let's have this come from the bottom. So I'm going to copy the transform values from the email softwares. When I have this email, just like shoot from the bottom. I'm gonna Control V on that.
Here's why I think you should
and
do
now
email.
let's just have a look. Let me just make sure the shutter angle is down, because something. Okay, perfect. Shutter angle is down.
The average.
Everything is there.
Here's why I think you should do
Okay.
email.
Email. And then at the end of the clip, I'm going to select both of these, select the end, click on E so we can come to the end, like the Mercedes-Benz. Increase that so we can go there. By the way, if you're not seeing this whole thing where it makes the lines for you, you click on this or you click on S, which is basically
Here's why I think you should do email. The average ROI for email.
I knew something was off. So let's just Alt this, then bring that to the end over there, and close it. Turn that to the average.
I think you should do email. The average ROI for email, depending.
We're gonna make ROI green because it's a positive thing, positive power word essentially. So we want that to stand out. Just turn that into a green. Once I find it here, photo pass full color. I turn that into a green. Yeah, I think that's a good
For email, depending on the source you look at, it's
solid.
Between 45. That is between.
Okay, I'm gonna change this. Okay, then I'm gonna go to the text panel so I can edit it. Remove 35 because it doesn't seem simple enough to read. And then I'll just make it 35 to 45 return. That's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into you can get like 45.
I'm going to move these because they're not like positioned correctly. Put that there.
Dollar you
Put that dollar there, then
for every dollar you spend on
like the Mercedes-Benz. Okay, no, that dollar comes in way too late. Put that there.
5 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically the.
Okay, I'm gonna move that closer towards over there.
You can get like $45 back.
Yeah, perfect. Now I'm just gonna snap that to this over here.
On software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people.
Let's highlight 10 million. We're gonna make that green because it's a positive word, which relates to positivity.
Email to 10 million people,
video.
And that is a tremendous amount of you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
We're gonna make ignore red over here.
I was a moron and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do.
I think they're still pretty plain in terms of animation, so I'm gonna try add a gentle shake. My effects, I have like a gentle shake preset. If you want that, let me know. It was given to me by my man Joshua. He's a G when it comes to editing as well. In terms of presets, he's the plug. So I'm gonna be applying the gentle shake presets. So I've got the gentle shake presets over here. I'm just going to select all of these things and I'm going to apply it to it. So now it's not just so static, it actually has some life to it in terms of all the assets that I added. Why is he acting up? Okay, that makes sense. So
I
let's just
was a
have a look at it
moron
now.
and decided to not email for the vast majority of my life. Here's why I think you should do email. The average ROI for email, depending on the source you look at, is between 35 and 45 return. So that means that for every dollar you spend on software or putting time into your email, you can get like $45 back. Basically, the only real cost is just whatever software you use and whoever or whomever you may have to pay in order to write the emails. That's pretty much it. And so one email writer can send an email to 10 million people, and that is a tremendous amount of leverage that you get in your business that a lot of people ignore.
There we go, and that's how you make an Alex Hormozi shorts.